Hi Virgo, I wanted to do a little pre-full moon reading for you. All the details of the cards will be in the description box. I'm Ruby. Full moon energy, time of introspection, really getting to know yourself. Okay, this full moon I think has been quite anticipated, to say the least. Expecting good news. Temperance. Pre this full moon, Virgo, Temperance card of Sagittarius. There's got to be a leveling out, a balancing out, a bit of magic almost, trusting the timing, being patient with the timing, watching yourself almost be the alchemist, turning whatever you touch into gold. This Virgo full moon brings about a bit of anxiousness, nervousness for sure. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups, really? Virgo. What is spilt has spilt. What is gone is gone. What is left in those 2 cups is all you need. You know, like attracts like. So if you're in a very looking at what is spilt mood, this full moon and pre this full moon is only going to highlight 10 of Wands. All the sacrifices, all this martyr energy, all of like the tiredness and the fatigue in you. And I think, Virgo, run up to this full moon, you might be feeling these burdens. It might be quite heavy. And it might even feel as if you've got way too much on your back. You can't take it anymore. 10, though, is the end of the cycle. This full moon brings with it the close of a very problematic, burdensome, difficult, heavy situation. Prepare for the end of it. It looks as if there are things that are coming to a natural close now. Things that you've paid your dues. It is time to, you've hit the home run, Virgo. Whatever this problematic burdensome situation was, has come to a close. Do not cry over spilt milk. What you have is plenty more than enough for you. What is spilt could have been full of poison. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I think this is Pisces season energy. I think this is you, Virgo. You're there with your cup. You're there with your cup. And Virgo, it is a cup that you might have to pour into right now. The only cup you have to pour into right now. This is a very emotionally intelligent queen, but she is very intuitive with that. She's very in tune with herself. There's a lot of self-love that goes on with this queen. There's a lot of self-nurturing, taking care of oneself, and being very present and being very aware of one's emotions, assertively paying attention to oneself. This queen is the master of that. And I think this full moon, the run up to this full moon, you're really going to have to tend to some of these emotions. The dripping from the cup. The 3 cups that you're still crying over, or this full moon wants you to get out of your system once and for all. Some sort of energetic clearing perhaps needs to take place on your part, because it seems as if the 10 of Wands, this end of cycle that you're coming to, this finish line that you're coming to, you will have to close out the cycle properly. And that means ridding yourself of the ghosts, ridding yourself of the bad energies, ridding yourself of all of the things that you know held you in a nervous, anxious state. Temperance, you've got to balance yourself out here. Sagittarius energy, energy of faith, of wisdom, of knowledge, of knowing. It's alchemy, you know? It's tried, it's tested. You've got to do the things. You've got to balance yourself out. And when I say balance yourself out, that means doing all of the self-care things. Queen of Cups, self-care, self-care, self-care. Full moon, even if that means taking a little bit of time to love on yourself that extra bit harder, go ahead and do it. We've got here the 6 of Wands. That's celebration. The Magician card, that is making magic happen. I've got the 4 of Wands here. This is celebrating some sort of victory in relationships. And I have the 2 of Wands here. There is a lot of Wands. That's a lot of fire. This full moon is really out to illuminate a lot of things for you, Virgo. 6 of Wands. Virgo, a celebration that you've perhaps been waiting for, a celebration that's been in the running to for a while now. Something that you've worked really hard and diligently on becomes a victory and a reason for celebration for you. You are being acknowledged and you are being acclaimed. The hard work that you've put in has finally paid off. The yields have come in. The run up to this full moon, be very aware of all of the victories that you've had, how far you've come in 1 year, how much you've had to tackle, and how much has changed, and how well you've taken it in your stride, and how you continue to grow. This full moon and the run up to this full moon brings you a celebration, a moment for you to feel assured. Thing with this card is, take a moment this full moon and the time to in this run up to the full moon to really thank yourself for how far you've come, to really be present with yourself and affirm yourself. That affirmation that you perhaps need from others, you'll get celebrated. There is victory here for you. There's a lot of acknowledgement. There's got to be that kind of confident, that winner confidence about you. You've got to affirm yourself and keep doing so. There's definitely a victory in something here. 4 of Wands could be a victory in a marriage or a partnership. If you're looking for a soulmate, this is a very potent time. So draw in love. Send out that love energy. And, you know, ask for it to come down. Ask for you to meet your soulmate. Ask for you to get in this new bonding process. 2 of Wands. There's got to be a real keeping quite an honesty to yourself. Like, if you make a promise to yourself, you have to keep it. And I think 2020 for Virgo is going to be a lot to do with self-care and reinvesting in themselves. The 2 of Wands for me is a lot of how many of the promises that we make and how we go about keeping them. The world is really in your hands. This full moon, you get a chance to see how a lot of things that weren't in your favor have just magically started coming around. And you'll understand that how a lot of that has to do with your personal power and your personal strength and how invested you truly are in your cause. This 2 of Wands for me is a reminder for you, Virgo, to stay very firm in your power. Remember your cause. And if you wish to champion it, the only thing that holds you between you and that victory is your own attitude. The 2 of Wands, it's ready when you are. If you're ready to hit the big time, you've got what it takes. It's ready when you are. Get ready for the glow up. Get ready for the glow up. The Magician card. As above, so below. Your frame of mind this full moon is going to be everything. That's why I said in your monthly reading, get as spiritual as you can. get connected, get to know yourself a lot better, understand the problem, find a solution to it, and execute it. Execute it in a Virgo way. The Magician card, as above, so below. If you've got mental clutter, clean it all up. The chaos in your mind, sort out all that clutter, put it all away. It causes clutter in your life. 10 of Wands, you've come to the end of the cycle now. New beginnings, all the way ahead, in victory, self-confidence, temperance, doing all the things, making sure that you are functioning even like a well-oiled machine, but doing all the things that you need to do that serve you so that you're living your best life, showing up the way that people should be seeing you, the way you wish to be seen, taking your self-image seriously, taking your work seriously, but mostly showing up, you know, the Magician card. This is it. It's showtime, Virgo. The Magician card, as above, so below. Make sure what you're filling your mind with right now, what you're filling your body with, what you're consuming right now is all of the utmost good. Make sure it's organic, vegetables only. Make sure it's not dead. Make sure it, you know, even if it's social media, limit. This is you making strides of progress. And this dimension that we've entered, having come, this Mercury retrograde dimension, which was the Twilight Zone, coming out of that the day after this full moon for you. You feel the shift straight away. It takes 2 weeks. Take 2 weeks more just to rest so that you're building up your stamina one by one, bit by bit. This full moon is shooting you out into a new direction, but a lot of it's got to do with self-care. What other card do I want? Sorry, I just had to pull something away from the screen there. I don't like looking at the timer sometimes. So, full moon. Full moon in Virgo for Virgo. Rejection. There seems to be a big theme. Looks like somebody is getting rejected or somebody is doing the rejecting. Either way, the nastiness that might come about, you might have to rise above it. And if this is stuff that you're telling yourself, stay away from the paranoia. Gratitude, completion of the cycle, there we go, and a miracle. Virgo, this full moon brings with it a miracle for you. Stay in gratitude. Find 100 things every day to be thankful for, and make sure you are saying thanks to God, the universe, whatever it is for you. Just be grateful and make sure you are saying thank you all the time. Completion, looks like there are cycles that are ending out. I don't think there is any way that there's any other ways to say it, but looks like it's it. Time's up. There is a new shift. A new Virgo that's entering post this full moon. By the time we enter the other side of the full moon and the moon starts waning again, a miracle happens. Something really intense. Hold on to your seat, Virgo. This is going to zoom you into a future that you had only dreamed of. Things that you'd only wished for. Things happening like magic around you, okay? The Magician card. The Queen of Cups. The Temperance card. Please get very, very above your energy. Stay in high vibe frequency exclusively. Bad company, pull away right now if you have to. Everything that you do right now to pour into the betterment of yourself. Exercise, eating well, deciding to get that extra bit of sleep if you need it. Taking that extra bit in the time if you need the time in the gym if you need it. All and everything that you can do right now, Virgo, towards yourself. helps skyrocket you straight for the stars. Emotional intelligence is loving on yourself when you're empty, loving on yourself when you have nothing else to give, filling that cup first. And this might be a time for it. This full moon is going to be extreme. But this has been Virgo growing out of the cocoon and growing into these new wings. The wings might feel different, but ultimately this is what leads you to your freedom. Get used to this. This is a transitory moment in time. Everything will move so quickly. And by the time it does, hopefully it will teach you temperance, the ups and downs, going with what keeps you good. The little things, sleeping on time, waking up, praying, having faith, eating well, sleeping well. Queen of Cups, again, self-care. The Magician, like attracts like. Keep your company as you would want to be seen yourself. And sometimes that means doing the hermit thing. New opportunities find their way to you for sure when you are in this energy of as above, so below. So affirm and thank yourself throughout. Miracles are waiting for you pre-full moon. Do everything you can right now to hold on to your magic, Virgo. Your authenticity. You are the real deal. Your public success. The way you execute, this problem solve it and execute it. The rejection that you handle. Don't forget, Neptune opposes this full moon, so things will seem very unreal, illusionary. You can't trust anything right now, so don't build any firm foundations right now. Let Mercury go out of retrograde right after this full moon, so you set off building yourself up with a clarity and a focus and an organization. And alas, the miracle happens. And it's like magic. Such a blessed full moon. If you've been feeling it, if it's getting too much, book a reading with me. Visit www.rubyreadstarot.com. You can book there. If you enjoyed the reading, give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Thank you guys, and I shall catch you again soon.